Thanks for joining me today on The Real and More. Today I will be giving you some ideas on how you can meal prep and things and showing you how you can make your food a little bit more tastier and giving you my meal prep for this week and showing you exactly how I'm losing weight right now. Tune in.
The Real and More tips every Tuesday on athletics, health, and becoming your own boss.
Hello, welcome back to The Real and More. Today I will be doing a special on food preparation. Let me move the light. There we go. Doing a special on the food preparation that I'm going to be making for this week. Um, the main thing that I wanted to show you guys today is how you can food prep and do different meals that taste good and have a lot of taste that are also healthy for you. Basically, showing you the things that I've been doing to lose weight. I have lost 20 pounds so far. I had surgery about eight months ago, and on both my feet, and I couldn't work out and do some things, and I was limited in things I could do, and I kind of lost myself and gained some weight. I want to get back down to the playing weight I was when I played in college. But these are the things I've been doing because I know for me, food is the thing that I was missing on. You can do all the working out you want, but if you're not putting the right stuff in your body, that's going to make the biggest difference on if you're going to see the results or not. The first thing I want to show you that I've been found is these smart caps. Can you all see that? All right, smart caps from Revital U. And Revital U is a company that I just got into, but I got into this first because of the benefits that I was getting from their products. With the smart caps, they give me energy. They help with some weight loss and stuff like that. They also have coffee and also cocoa, which are doing for energy and weight loss as well. So if you are a coffee drinker or a cocoa drinker and you're already doing that, you might as well, substitute it out for something that will help you lose a little bit of weight. I really like the company a lot. I like the product. I went and worked out this morning. It's 5:30. Put one of those in my system. Got me some water, things like that, and it felt great. Had a lot of energy. But just going on, that's just one of the things I take. I really don't take a lot of supplements. But I just wanted to give you all an overview of what I cook and also what I've eat. First thing I want to show you is what I do for my meals in the morning. I do a lot of meal replacements for my breakfast because I'm always on the go in the morning. This is not my regular meal replacement. My regular meal replacement is from Herbalife, and this has 200 calories in it, 25 grams of protein, and also 18 grams of carbs. And I also mix it with this that I get from GNC. It's another whey protein, and it's a low carb protein. It only has 3 grams of carbs in it, but also has 25 grams of protein. So my mornings, I mix that with water, and I get about 350 calories and about 45 grams of protein and about 20 grams of carbs. So I try to do a low carb diet on most days because I do a mix between keto, a version of keto, and a version of a macro high carb diet. Because the reason I'm not full keto, I think I work out a little bit too hard. I'm a little bit too busy for my regular job being a coach. I found that I wasn't having enough energy to sustain through the day, and people may argue and say, "Oh, you can do keto." Well, that may be for you, but for me, I just couldn't do it. So I found this macro-based diet, and I do a version of a keto diet on the days that I'm not doing my high carb days. So just to give you an overview of what I kind of eat, um, just going through. So my macro-based diet, I want to say around, I don't know the exact numbers. They're not in front of me. I want to say around about 200 not about 190 grams of protein a day. And then for my high carb days, I go between 100 and 130 grams of carbs. So I only do that twice a week. And then And on those days, which my high carb days, my fats are very, very low. They're around like 30, 40 grams of fat. But then on my keto days, it's the reverse. So my carbs are really, really low, and then my fats can be up to 100. But those are going to be good fats, things like that. So I never actually get into ketosis because I'm not doing full keto. That's another subject for another day. But I just found that this version of eating works best for me. So I do basically 4 to 5 days of basically keto eating, and then 2 days of high carb eating, which is only about 100 grams to about 130 grams of carbs. So, with that being said, I'll tell you what I am cooking today. Today, I'm going to make some like a soup base that's going to have broccoli, that's going to have cauliflower rice in it, chicken. It's also going to have ground turkey in it with a broth. And then I'm going to put some spices in there. The spices that I'm going to put in there will be like a Mexican spice, also with a mix of Cajun. Just different spices I put in there. I would also put some onions, some carrots, just any kind of vegetable I have in the freezer. I'll just throw it in there. And that's going to be something I'll put on for about 5-6 hours. Usually I put this overnight, but I'm doing it right now. The next thing I'm going to make, I'm making jambalaya with brown rice and seasonings, and I'm going to put in that shrimp, and I'm also going to put ground turkey in that as well. I'll show you that in a little bit when I get that started. The next thing I am doing, I am making cauliflower fried rice with chicken. That's a good meal. I found that and I love it. And then I am also making basically cauliflower rice chipotle bowls. I'm going to show you how I make my chicken in the oven. I normally make it on the grill, but I'm going to season some chicken in some bags with a little bit of seasoning, show you how I do that. Just trying to show you different meals that I have done that all taste really, really good, but they are healthy for you. Some people say they don't like to use as much seasoning as I do. What I try to do, I try to stay low on the sodium, so I try to stay away from a lot of salt. Now, I will use some salt, but I don't use as much as I used to. Being that, black male, getting older, high blood pressure kicking in, so I'm trying to fight that off by losing weight, cutting back on my salts and stuff like that. With that being said, also, I'll tell you the way I eat. I do a intermittent kind of fasting. They call it, I don't know if you heard of it, it's called intermittent fasting, where you basically limit the time that you eat. For me, I'm trying to slowly build to it, so I start eating around 10 a.m. I worked out this morning, so in a little bit I will get my protein shake in, my meal replacement shake that I just showed you. And then after that, I eat around 2.5 to 3 hours after that every single time. So I eat around 1, then I eat again around 4, put something else in my body around 7. I usually don't eat after 9, but I eat about 4 to 5 meals a day, just depending on how hungry I am. But I try to get in a lot of water. Water. That is one thing that you have to get in. You have to get in your water. So with that being said, I think I'll just get started and showing you how I make this food. We'll start with the chicken, and then I'll show you the jambalaya, and then I'll show you a little bit of what I have in my soup that's going right now, and then I'll show you how I make my shrimp, and then I'll show you how So for my meat that I'm going to put in the bag, I'm taking 1 chicken breast. It's a pretty big chicken breast, as you see. It's about big as my hand. It's pretty thick too. So right there, I'm gonna cut this up and put it in the bag, let it, and I'll show you that. And I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator, and it's gonna be pretty good because it's gonna have a little light coating on there, and it's also gonna have a great flavor. So I have my seasoning here, and just a little seasoning that I put together, different spices that I like, just to try to. So I'm just pour a little bit of it in the bag. It's about half of it. I still got to use the other bag. And you just close it up. I'm trying to do this with one hand. And you just want to just roll it. Pretty much like that. And to get a good covering, just roll it.
that's pretty much it. That way, you know, it gets on every single side. And then if you see that you want more or less, well, I would say start off with a little bit. And then if you want more, which I probably will add more to my next bag. But as you see right there, you know, it's pretty much on all the chicken right there. And so to get the good coat, just put that in the refrigerator for about 3 to 5 minutes, and it'll set on there, and that way it'll be nice and good when you want to put it on the grill. So this is my chicken that I put in the bag that I'm going to be putting in the oven. As you see, it's got a nice little coating on there of flavor. It's going to be real good. So I'll put it in the oven on about 350 for about 15 to 20, well, about 20 minutes, somewhere around there, until it gets a nice little, a good cook. And then I'll also want a little bit of a char. I'll put it on broil for about a minute or so to get a nice little char on there at the end. But there it is right there, about to put this stuff in the oven and it'll get cooking. So I'm now making my shrimp for my jambalaya, for my brown rice jambalaya. I got my shrimp going here on the, let me turn that off. Got my shrimp going here on the stove. What I will add is a little bit of, you know, Old Bay seasoning, Chesapeake Bay. Just a little bit, just to give it some flavor. Has, you know, 230 milligrams of sodium in it. Add a little bit black pepper, a little bit of salt, some garlic powder, and also some onion powder. So that's what I'll put on my shrimp, and I did a whole bag of shrimp. And like I said, I'm gonna portion everything out into 4 servings. So when I portion all of that out, it'll make 4 meals. So like, I love those days because it's the big day I get to eat my carbs, and so I get to eat something that's pretty good, healthy, but it has, you know, good meat in it. And then I'm also going to add in my lean ground turkey into this. That way each meal has, like I said, about 40 grams of protein. So those would be my days that I eat my high carbs and stuff like that. So there we go. I'll show you when I finish cooking. But like I said, just a little bit salt, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of those, you know, and it gives you some. So there's the shrimp. That all pretty much done. I'm gonna add that into the jambalaya. I am making my meat right now. That is my ground turkey. Got a little bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of onion powder. And I will put in some onions here in a second. I'm gonna do some chopped onions. But half of this will go into my jambalaya, and then the other half will go into my soup, just so I can have some more protein in there. And then the last thing I'll show you is me putting my chicken in the oven, and also so now I'm making my rice cauliflower. I'm going to be adding, this is for my chipotle bowls, a little bit of lime juice in there, trying to make it taste kind of like chipotle, but you know, a little bit of black pepper, just a little bit of salt, and then I'll also get some cilantro, just a little bit. You don't have to do that. Make it how you want, make it taste how you want. It's just like for the bedding for that. And then so what I'll do with this, I'll have lettuce on these days, and I'll put lettuce, a little bit of lettuce. I'll put this on top of the lettuce, and I have maybe a little bit of black beans, maybe. Then my chicken that it's in the oven, and then I'll also let me turn this down. I'll also put all my toppings like my pico, whatever salsa I want, and then I will make a little bit of guacamole. And then no sour cream for me, no cheese. That's just the way I do it. A little bit more healthy, lower on the fats and the stuff like that. But if you are a keto person, go for the sour cream and go for the cheese. But do it in moderation, of course. But for me, I just do a version of keto. I'm not full keto, so I still try to keep my fats down pretty low. Well, that's my rice. I'll get that done, and then once my chicken is done, I'll put it all together and show you how it looks. Well, there's the meat. I pretty much eyeballed it on what you know, splitting it up. So half of this is gonna go in there just to make that a full meal. The other half is gonna go in here. So, and then this is my soup that I was talking about, showing it to you. I have broccoli, I have the ground beef, I have chicken broth, and I have no, not ground beef, sorry, ground turkey, and I have sliced chicken breasts in there, and then I put all my seasonings in there, and then I'll just let this cook while I'm at work, you know, for about cook for about 6 hours on high. So it'd be pretty good. I've made different kinds of this kind of soup. It comes out pretty thick once you finish, but it's pretty good. So now I'm making my cauliflower fried rice. I will do the same thing with this cauliflower rice. I will let it cook for a little bit, and then I will also add a little bit of sesame oil to it, and just to give it a little bit of that, you know, flavor, because I just like that flavor. And then also I normally put onions and peas and carrots in here, but I didn't get that this time. So, but you can do that just to add more vegetables. And then I do that, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, but I will add some onions. I just haven't cut them up yet, but you can add all that in there. You fry it all up, and then, so I have my egg cooking in the middle right there, and then when I let that cook, I like to add a little bit of soy sauce in it as well, give it that flavor of fried rice. But like I said, I don't have the onions and the peas and carrots. If you like all of that in your fried rice, do it. You can make shrimp cauliflower rice. You can make chicken cauliflower rice. You can make beef cauliflower rice. You can make whatever you want. Or if you just want cauliflower rice without any protein, you can do that as well. That's just a good meal just to give you. All right. Here is my chicken for my Chipotle bowls. As you see, has a lot of flavor on there, but you know, not fattening or anything like that. It's just seasoning. And then this is the effect that you get from putting it in the microwave, in the refrigerator, after you put that dry rub seasoning on there. This is something that I do, a little secret that I do with chicken when I put it on the grill, you know, different things like that. And all right, here's the final product of my food for today. Well, not all of it. I still have 4 meals missing from the soup, and I'll show you that later, but it's going to take about 6 hours to cook. But this took me about maybe 45 minutes, so it doesn't take long if you just have it planned all out and know what you want. So I have my jambalaya. This right here will be my Chipotle bowls. I have the cilantro lime cauliflower rice with the chicken that I made in the oven, with the seasoned chicken. And then right here I have my fried rice, my fried cauliflower rice. So I got my chicken, I have my cauliflower, I have my eggs in there, a little bit of soy sauce, stuff like that. And then I'll have 4 more meals of soup. Well, there's the finished product right there. So you see, it's pretty good. You can do it with different things, but I think it's well by itself. A lot of meat in there, a lot of vegetables. So just different things like that you can be able to make. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in today. But for what I wanted to talk about last is find something that's good for you. And if you find something that's good for you, you can be able to get the meals that you want. For me, I like to have stuff that is very tasteful. So for me, this is what works for me. I like to put a lot of vegetables, a lot of meat, and a little bit of carbs. But I make sure those carbs are good carbs for me, like brown rice, potatoes, things like that. I do different things. Not a lot of bread. I'm not a big bread eater. But just find different ways, and I'll be posting more videos, just giving you ideas of things that you can eat
things that you can make. This is just a little bit of my meal prep this week, showing you guys of how I can meal prep and the things that I do and what I'm doing in my weight loss goals. But once again, thanks for tuning in for The Real and More. This has been my health edition. I'll be coming out with another video about keto and my review on keto and what I like and dislike about it, and also give you some keto meals. And also I'll be doing a whole review over Revital U, the company that I showed you earlier. It's a great company, giving out money every day. I've heard of people winning $500 just for watching a Facebook Live video that he's done. He gives out money every day. It comes on at 12 noon. Revital U, look it up, watch it. It's a great company, and you don't even have to be in the company to win money. You can just be a guest and you'll be watching it every day. I know someone who won $500 just last week. It's a real thing. He's changing people's life. I love it. I love the products. Once again, I'll post a link in the description below that you can check out the Facebook Live. Also, you can check out all the products that are just to help you, give you energy and things like that. So thanks for tuning in. Once again, The Real and More. Live a better you. Find what works for you.